So welcome everyone. We are into our last 4 weeks of classes, and tonight we are opening the chest and strengthening the back. And we're working with the Anahata chakra, the chakra of the heart, and also into the Vishuddhi chakra of the throat. We're working in these two zones, which are pretty big zones for us emotionally and otherwise. So just lying down, finding your place. Maybe a little more forward. When you mentioned this to me, and you're right, with the supine class, I can bring it more forward. A little closer. There, you see me even better. Okay, let's try that. So just finding your spot on the mat. And just take a few breaths just to settle in after what may have been a long day for you. Starting with exhaling, inhale into the belly, expanding the belly towards the ceiling. And exhale, draw the belly in towards the floor. And just do this in your own timing. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale, bring your arms up. Your legs can be bent or straight. And exhale, bring them down. On the next one, just for some variety, inhale, bring your arms to the sides and up to your place, wherever that is. And exhale, bring them down. And when you bring them down, you can bring them down like this, or you can bend the elbows and bring them down like that. Inhale up towards the ceiling and then overhead to your place, maybe a bolster behind you, maybe a pillow on your head. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, arms at the sides, radiating like the sun, coming to your place. Exhale, coming down, sides. You can bend the elbows if you like. You can do this in your own timing. Inhale, front and overhead. Exhale, down. Inhale, angel arms at the sides, like you're making snow angels. And exhale, down. Just do two more on your own timing. And when you're finished, and just rest at the bottom. You can starting to inhale from the chest to the belly and exhale belly to chest. The inhale is like unzipping a jacket. You might be starting to wear a winter jacket or a fall jacket. And the exhale is like zipping the jacket up from the bottom to the top. When you're ready, just putting one hand on your belly, the other on your chest. That's comfortable, or
maybe both on your belly, both on your chest, your choice. And just rest and breathe. Okay. We're going to move into Dvipadipedam bridge. And we're going to do this with the arms at different directions. I'm just going to move my mat a bit so I have a bit more room for my arms, because you might need to do the same. We're going to bring our arms to the sides a lot. You can, if you like, with your legs, if you want to completely stabilize your pelvis because of an injury in the past, or you just really want to ground through the legs and lower back. So for example, you have an unstable pelvis or lower back, you put a belt around your thighs and then a block or a pillow between your legs and tie them together and just create that stability. So that would be good if you have stenosis, degenerative disc disease, prolapse discs, any of that kind of thing. Previous car accidents where your pelvis is unstable. So this will allow you to focus more on the upper body and from the hips down, more stable. So you can try that if you like, so we can focus on opening the chest safely. All right, when you're ready, you're going to inhale, you're going to lift the hips up and bring the arms at the sides. Just keeping the hands at hip height now, just opening, lifting nice and high, or if you can't lift to side because of your lower back, just a very neutral spine. If you can, lifting nice and high, pressing into the feet, maybe tucking the chin in. And then exhale, rolling the spine down and bringing the hands to the belly. The next one, if possible, you're going to bring the hands at elbow height as you open. Just notice if one side doesn't open as well as the other. It's always interesting to observe. And exhale, coming down, and that could tell you something about that shoulder. If you have a rotator cuff injury, this might not be possible doing this. Inhale, coming to the highest point, if possible, hands at the shoulder level as they come up. Lifting nice and high. And exhale, hands coming to the belly, and we're going to do that again, those three positions. So hip, waist, and shoulder height. Inhale, hip height. So notice any differences between your shoulders. And with your feet, press into your feet and lift as high as is comfortable for your back. And then exhale, coming down, bringing the hands to the belly. And inhale, waist height. And down. And inhale, shoulder height. And exhale, starting position. Do one more round. Inhale, hip height. Exhale, down. Inhale, waist height, at right angles from the elbows. And exhale, down. And inhale, shoulder height. And exhale, down. Now we're going to stay in this position, and I want you to pick one of those heights that felt good for your shoulders. So might be hands by your hips. Inhale, coming up, and you just tuck your shoulders underneath and maybe interlock your fingers underneath or not. You could also press with the elbows to press a little higher and place your hands on your hips. Or maybe it was that waist height, or maybe the shoulder height. And again, you can tuck your shoulders underneath. Just pick one that your body says yes to. Every time you inhale, try to lift a little higher. And exhale, release. And just feel any differences between sides of your shoulders. Does one side feel a little bit more sticky than the other? And when you're ready, release, come down. And hopefully that gave you a little bit of energy after perhaps a long day. Just release the legs if you have them bound up. Let's just do a counter pose. Exhale, Apanasana, knees to chest. Inhale, legs to the sky, arms overhead, or if you like, arms to any height that feels good for your neck and shoulders. So it might be in a wide position, it might be overhead, it might be by your hips. So any of those positions, again, that we've played with, play with this, focusing on the neck and shoulders, what feels good for that. We're relaxing the lower back and the legs here, but also working the neck and shoulders. So I'm just showing some different variations you could try. Urdhva Prasrita Padasana and exhale Apanasana. You want to make it a little harder, you can always bring the legs in front of you as you inhale and exhale. You can even touch down before you bring your legs in. And the pointing and flexing of feet you can play with. So I'm actually going to flex on the inhale and point on the exhale. You can just do the very simple version, up and down. This has the least load on the lower back. And when you're ready, just rest, either with your legs bent or your legs straight. And as you're lying here, can you feel that maybe one shoulder is higher than the other? Can you feel that one shoulder is rotated forward? Perhaps by adjusting the height of one of your arms, you can change the alignment of your shoulder girdle. So for example, I'm bringing my left arm up because my right shoulder tends to be higher, and it just evens everything out. You can play with that if you have that unevenness. Just rest here. We're going to move back to the next one, Tadaka Mudra again, this time with the legs straight. And you can point and flex the toes as you do this if you like, or just have the legs straight. And I'm going to put mine at the wall actually. Inhale, arms coming up to your plates overhead. Again, you can have a bolster here if you prefer. You can have wider arms if you prefer. Tuck the chin in if you can. And then bring the left arm down. And turn the head towards the left. Bring the back of the head more towards the right. And then every time you exhale, turn the head a little bit more to the left. And then inhale, release. Untwist a little bit. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, release. You should be feeling something in the right side of your neck, maybe the back of your head. Ready? And turning your head center, left arm joining right, tuck the chin in. And then the other side, the right hand coming down, turning the head to the right. This is really targeting the neck. And you might need to cough. So clear. Exhale, turn the head to the right. And inhale, release. And just keep this going. Exhale, turn. Inhale, release. Do this a few more times on your own. Maybe feeling the left side of your head, or neck rather. And when you're ready, untwist the head back to the center. Inhale, bring your right arm up, tuck the chin in. If it's comfortable, interlock the hands. Inhale, pressing the hands up towards the wall behind you. Might be feeling your wrists. Maybe your feet together. Tadaka Mudra, exhale, draw the belly in, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. And chin in if you can. Hold after exhale, couple of seconds. And inhale from the chest to the belly, unzipping that jacket. Exhale, pelvic floor draws in, lower belly. Belly button draws in towards the spine. Draw the whole stomach in and up. Engage your mula bandha, the root lock. Hold. Chin lock maybe. Inhale, release. And keep this, if it's too intense on the exhale, release your hands down to the top of your head to give your neck and shoulders a break. And drop your shoulders down. This is also good for certain shoulder issues, this dropping the shoulders down. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen. You're moving your arms, you bring them back up if you can. Maybe tuck the chin in, that Jalandhara Bandha on the inhale, that can feel really good. To lengthen the back of the neck, and then exhale, release the chin a little bit as you engage from the pelvic floor up to the belly button, maybe releasing the shoulders down too, hands on top of the head, squeezing those shoulders down. Holding after exhale, then inhale, lengthen. And expand from the chest to the belly. Unzipping that jacket, exhale, zip the jacket up from the bottom up. And inhale. And exhale, release the arms down. And just rest for a minute, one hand on the chest, the other on the belly. If you like, thinking about that light in the heart. Inhale, M, exhale, light. Might be moonlight this time of day. Could be sunlight if you prefer. Could be a candle shining at the heart. Just be feeling the breath. Move your body. Inhale, M. Exhale, light. The natural rise and fall of the breath. Ready? We're gonna bend your knees. We're gonna do some twisting motions. Very simple windshield wiper ones that I know you all can do. So inhale, center, and exhale, bringing the knees towards the left. And feel the effect of that, of course, on the hips, but notice the effect on the right shoulder. And then inhale, center. So you might feel more on the legs or hips, but see if you can feel the opposite shoulder. And now feel the left shoulders, bring the knees to the right. Just focus your attention there. Inhale, center. So you can do the same pose, but move your attention to a different place and the pose changes. So now focus your mind on the right shoulder as you bring the knees to the left. Just put your mind right there. And then inhale, center, and left shoulder, the back of the shoulder. Maybe turning your head a little bit as you go side to side. Just be careful, that's not appropriate for all necks. Now we're going to add on to this. So when you come to the left this time, if appropriate for you, you're going to bring your right hand along your heart and you're going to roll on your left side and all the way to your left forehead. Now, this is not comfortable for your head. You can use a bed pillow and it's about the right length to move around on, I found. You can use 2 blocks, but it's a little harder because you have to put them in a blanket. So a bed pillow is about perfect. If you're finding this a bit harsh on your head, you can just put that underneath for a bit more support. And then exhale the other side. And you should be feeling some sort of stretch on the back of the shoulder as you move along. It also stretches the upper back, neck, shoulder. And I'm really turning on my forehead as I do this. And if you'd like, you can stay on your left side the next time you get there. And just stay for a few breaths. You can bring your knees together, or you could bring one leg out. Your top leg straight, your bottom leg bent. Feel the difference. See which one you like. When you're ready, going to the other side. And when you're ready, coming back to the center. Just rest for a minute. Your legs bent or straight. Inhale M, exhale light. And visualize the light, the sun, the moon, candle at the heart. And just feel the rise and fall of the breath. When you're ready, you're going to turn onto your belly. And we're going to work the other side of the shoulder and the back. So it's going onto your belly. Just make sure you've got lots of room. You can move a few things. Locks around. Okay, so your arms at the sides. You're going to bring your left leg across. Just see whether you can come a little bit across. Stretching the back of the shoulder, and then inhale back to the center. And exhale other side. So you can just go a little bit or a lot. Side to side. Inhale, coming out of it, exhale, twisting. After repeating 3 to 4 times, you could think about just staying on one side. You're feeling uncomfortable with that, just keep it moving side to side. It's going to be more intense if you stay in the pose, so just be careful. You could bend one leg, you could keep both legs straight, you could bring the upper arm up, that's more intense still. You can turn the head away as well, that's more intense, so pick your variation. And that bottom arm, you can change the height of it, and it will affect how it stretches the shoulder. And you can just go side to side, not stay here. When you're ready, coming out. On the other side. You might find one side quite different than the other. When you're ready coming out of it. And just rest here on your belly for a few breaths, just turning your head to one side and then the other. Your arms can be at the sides, palms up or palms down. For that stretch in the neck, perhaps. That rotation. And turning sides if it's comfortable. All right. So that acted as a bit of a counter. We're going to do some chest openers. And you're going to have your hands by your sides at shoulder height or even lower, but I'm going to do shoulder height. And you're going to inhale, you're going to lift up your chest a little bit or a lot. It's called Bhujangasana Cobra. Classically, the feet are together. Most of us prefer to have the feet apart. Just see which height of the hands works best for you. Is it shoulder, below shoulder? Classically, it's just at the waist, actually. And then exhale, release, and turn your head to one side. And then try the other side. Inhale up. Keeping the belly button on the ground, and exhale, other side. It's a very simple chest opener. Now, if you want to keep the lower back really still, you could play with keeping your legs together and squeeze them together as you come up, so you have more connection through the legs for the pelvis. If you have an unstable pelvis or back, you can try that, or you could tuck your toes under, and as you inhale, straighten your legs, and then make the lower back more neutral by doing this modification. So I'm going to show this for those of you with stenosis or degenerative disc disease, some disc issues. Just add a little more stim or strength to the lower back. You could also tie the thighs together with the belt. That's a little harder. We're focusing on the upper back. Neck and shoulders. And release. Just take a break. Just relax. Turn your head to one side, then the other. If you prefer child's pose, you can do that. If this isn't enough of a counter, do child's pose. Otherwise, stay here with me. Turn the head the other side if you can. This is a pose I learned in the West, and they call it reverse Shavasana, which I think is a fairly brilliant variation of Shavasana. And you could alternatively fold the hands and put the forehead on the hands. For some people, that would be better. Okay, moving on. So we're going to bring the hands behind us, palms facing up. And this is to strengthen the upper back, neck and shoulders. So you're going to inhale, bring your left arm forward, make a salute at the forehead, and lift a little bit or a lot. And then exhale, come down, turn your head to the opposite side. And then inhale your right. You can again keep the lower body very still by tucking those toes under or bringing the toes together, and then exhale, release. Inhale, coming up, head center. Exhale, turn the head away from the hand. Release the neck and shoulders. Inhale, other side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Probably feeling some heat coming into the body. And rest. Again, resting in the reverse shavasana. Arm side or by your hips. Switch your head to the opposite side. Could do child's pose instead. Okay. Last one, with your hands at your sides, shoulder height. You're going to inhale, lift up in this position, your arms there, and just see if you can get a little maybe higher than you could with your hands by your waist. And exhale, coming down, turn your head to one side. And then inhale, other side, bringing my hands in a little bit. Looking straight forward if you can, and exhale, coming down. Again, your legs can be together. You can tuck the toes under. Turning my head side to side as I come up. Just finishing up your last round, left to right. And this time we're all going to go to child's pose or asana on your back, knees to chest. And when you're ready, lean back to your back. This time you're gonna either lie on a bolster or a rolled mat is another thing you could use, or 2 yoga blocks. So I'm gonna show 2 of these. The rolled mat I'm not gonna show, but it's basically like a bolster. And so I'll show actually that first, because I think most of you have either, you could take your yoga mat and roll it up and then just use that. Or you can use a bolster if you have one, or even a bed pillow, but bolster would be better, or a rolled mat. And you're just gonna lie on it. If you have something to prop up the end of it, that would be great because it would give you a little bit more height. Again, just a rolled mat is fine. And then you lie down if you have a back issue, you might want to put a pillow underneath your back so that you get rid of that lordosis in your back to protect it. So that's something I used to have to do back in my 20s, no pun intended, but eventually went away. But yeah, this used to be very uncomfortable for my back in the day. So just find what works for you. You can make this very, very easy with just a rolled mat, or even easier, a rolled blanket lengthwise. So that's the easiest, is a rolled blanket, rolled mat. You can make the rolled mat a little harder by putting a layer of blocks under it, or even a bed pillow. And you're just gonna lie here. I'm gonna show with the two blocks. For those of you who want to do that, it's a little less restorative and more feels like what I call a yoga therapy surgery pose for the upper back. And this is one I've used a lot in my own upper back journey, neck and shoulder journey, is you use the first block vertically and you place it in the middle of your back and along your spine. And then you take your second block and you put it under your head. You either have it vertically, so that's the highest position, or horizontally. That's the second position, or the baby position, flat. Pick your medicine. This is way more intense. But I'm just going to stay here. So just pick whichever one you would like to use. And if you're using the blocks, just adjust them until you find your sweet spot for your back. And if you're not comfortable in whatever you've chosen, switch. And in this position, whatever you're in, can you move your arms to get more of a chest opener? So like we did in the beginning on our backs, this time with this back arch at it, can you inhale, bring your arms along the floor, radiating like the sun, and can you maybe bring them all the way overhead with the palms together at the back as you inhale, and then exhale, can you bend those elbows and draw the shoulders down? And find any sticky parts on the shoulder blades. So this is something a massage therapist might go into for you. You can do it yourself in this kind of pose. Inhale, bringing the arms up, palms together if you can, and exhale, coming down. If you can't come that high, just don't come as high. Just bring your shoulders to where you can and stop, and then come down. Any height is fine on the inhale. Inhale, radiating out. The arms can be bent or straight. And exhale, rolling down. If you have those blocks, it's a bit more intense. The bolster is more gentle, and the roll mat even more gentle. Just keep this going your own timing. If your lower back is bothering you doing this, add more prop underneath the buttocks. Or maybe find a spot that feels comfortable for you to stay and breathe. And maybe do that light meditation again. Inhale, M, exhale, light. Yeah, if it's too much for your back, you can just release in Shavasana instead. Play with the position of your arms, the height. Are they straight? Are they bent? What feels best for your neck and shoulders? Maybe visualizing that radiant light. And when you're ready, just going to gradually come out in a way that feels safe for you. You might hold behind your head, gradually come up. Just going to do a counter pose. Get things moving. After staying, going back to the legs and feet in the back. It's just lying on your back. Inhale, arms coming up, stretching the whole spine. Exhale, bringing the left leg up again. The right leg can be bent if you prefer. It's just going to stretch the whole spine after all those back arches. Just do some contracting poses. Inhale, pointing away. This is your back arch. And then exhale, contracting the other leg. Again, you can do this with the opposite leg bent if it feels better. Just getting into those legs, feet, lower back, whole body movement. You can on the inhale, tucking the chin slightly in and stretching the back of the neck. And when you feel ready, bending the knees to the chest. Inhale, legs up to the sky, arms overhead. Exhale, arms coming down by your sides. Inhale, left leg coming down, arms up. Exhale, legs coming together, arms coming down, just side to side. Going to any height that feels appropriate for you when you go down. You like adding the flexing and pointing of the feet. Inhale, point, exhale, flex. Could do the opposite. Try to move the leg with that exhale. And just finishing up your last round. And going into happy baby, hold under the thighs. or hold the little toe side of the feet. Just stay here and breathe. Try to bring the tailbone down. You want to add some movement, you could inhale, lengthen the legs, and exhale, bend. When you're ready, coming onto one side. If it's possible, I think anyone's doing the class in their bed today, we're gonna go onto our knees, and if you need a bit more support, feel free to add a pillow or fold a blanket underneath the knees. So moving into a different, slightly different movement of the spine as a transition to seated. So just bring your hands in front of you, and then as you inhale, just seeing how far you can go to bring your wrists over your shoulders. And then maybe lifting your neck, your head, and then exhale, coming back and maybe coming to child's pose. Inhale, coming forward, have your arms straight, flexing those wrists over those shoulders, spreading those fingers apart, maybe to stretch the hands and the fingers, and then exhale, coming back. Just getting into those hands, those wrists. This is hurting your wrists. You can turn your hands out. You can also fold your mat and create a bit of a buffer that way. And as a variation for the middle back, as you come forward, and you keep your elbows bent, they're parallel, draw the elbows back and draw the chest through. Feel your middle back, and then exhale, round your spine and come back. Inhale, bend those elbows, come forward. And exhale, coming back. Inhale forward. Elbows bent, arms parallel, and exhale back. Moving a bit more into the wrists. Can you make a fist with your hands? Maybe the thumb sticking out, coming forward like this, and exhale, coming back. Do that with the wrists parallel too. I prefer it with the fists facing each other. This also strengthens the wrists. And when you feel ready, just finishing in child's pose. And coming up to a seated position. So sitting however is comfortable for you. You could be on a chair. You could be sitting on a bolster. You could be sitting cross-legged, kneeling, any position that works for you. I think everyone in this class can sit cross-legged, so it's here today. But if you're doing this at home, feel free
to do any of those variations. I can't see what you're dealing with in your body today. Just be comfortable. So just for our last minutes, just going to play with some beautiful movements for the upper back, neck, and shoulders that I learned from my teacher, Mr. D.V. Sridhar, and very beautiful movements. So we're going to start by bringing our arms overhead. So palms together, inhale, arms coming up overhead as we inhale. Exhale, hands coming halfway down. Inhale, bringing the palms together, but towards the chest and the elbows at the sides. So just starting this way, draw the shoulder blades together. Feel this between your shoulder blades. So that's your inhale. As you exhale, come forward and round your spine. So I've added a few changes for myself. This is a little variation, this part. Inhale, coming back, hands to the heart, drawing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, stretch the whole upper back forward. Maybe a little bit of flossing of the neck. Inhale, hands to that heart, that radiant heart. And exhale forward. It's possible you can bring those hands higher towards the throat. This is much harder. Much harder. And exhale, yeah, if you bring the hands even higher towards the throat. So whatever position you can, that's great. We're just going to do two more. So I'm just adding it as a possibility, bringing the hands even higher towards the throat, trying to keep those palms together. I'm cheating a little bit, I can see. And exhale forward. So very easy to cheat in this one. I can hear my teacher say, oh no, hands together. And release. And just to end, we're going to inhale, bring our arms at the sides, palms facing up, shoulder blades together. Exhale, give yourself a big hug as we chant Om. Om. Hold your opposite shoulder blades. Inhale, arms at the sides. Thumbs up. Exhale, cross the other way. Om. Om. Inhale, arms sides, shoulder blades together. Thumbs up. Exhale. Om. Keep changing that crossing, holding the opposite shoulder blades. Inhale, sides. Om. Adding Shanti 3 times. Inhale. Shanti 3 times. Exhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Inhale, sides. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Inhale, sides. Exhale, hands to your heart. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace. 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 Namaste. Namaskaram. Thank you very much.